watching ZTV on the Higher Learning Network. Got your head right.
Sorry about that.
Let's share our wisdom.
Share our wisdom.
Share our time. Share our talents. Share our finances.
Share our
But
finances.
most of all, let's share our love. Join me, Naima Latif, every morning at 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time as we bring you stimulating discussions about the issues.
It's my aerobics for the morning.
If you're listening online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution.
All right, we got calls on.
And get our daily topics every morning directly to your email and your smartphone. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, executive producer of the Female Solution Radio Show.
And we are about to do our breathing exercise this morning because it is imperative that we take time for ourselves. So let us prepare, because breath, as Dr. Maya Angelou would say, is your first line of defense. So when you are stressed out, if you can breathe your way through a situation, chances are you'll survive. So let us become still, sit straight up in your chair, feet flat on the floor. Nothing in your hands, but feel free to wriggle those hands, wiggle those shoulders, wiggle that neck if you can. You know, get the, what's the fluid called, Viata? Something fluid, some jovial fluid or something to get it moving in the body. Wiggle those toes, anything. But anyway, close your eyes, sit up straight if you can, feet flat on the floor, nothing in your hands, and simply begin the process of breathing in and breathing out. Count to yourself. Inhale to 5. Hold it. And exhale, pushing that air out. You're going to do the same thing, breathing right back in. Inhale to 5. 1. Hold it. And exhale. See, you're feeling better already. Count to yourself. Count out loud. Doesn't matter. Inhale deeply. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. And exhale. Feel your body calming down. Yeah, I know you're feeling good already. Close your eyes. You should not be looking at me. You should only be looking at the inside of your eyelids. So close those eyes and inhale deeply. Giving thanks for the power of the breath. As you exhale, release, let go, and give thanks. As you continue to breathe in, counting to 5 on your own, holding and exhaling, giving thanks for the breath, that you do not have a trachea in your throat. You do not have a tube in your throat to help the air come through your nose, your mouth, and your throat so that you can breathe freely. You are one of the blessed ones. Yes, you are. Not to say that those that have a tube in their chest are not blessed. They are blessed. They are still here. But you can breathe freely, and that does make a difference as you inhale deeply. Giving thanks that you are simply energy, light, love, and lots of energy as you make your way through this passage we call life. This journey that sometimes takes us to places where we feel and have experiences that we are not particularly fond of. But we know that we can breathe our way through them as we inhale deeply. Giving thanks for the power of the breath, knowing that we are eternal love, eternal light, and eternal energy. As we inhale deeply, bringing that energy up to the top of the head. And as we slowly breathe out, sending that energy down from the forehead and the face and the chin and the neck and the shoulders, continuing to breathe in. And as we breathe out, relaxing the shoulders, focusing on the breath, and the mind has a tendency to wander, as it does. And then when it does, you simply say out loud, thinking. And bringing the focus back on the breath, breathing through the nose, inhale deeply. And exhale, sending that energy down back through the chest, the solar plexus, the sides, the hips, and the thighs as we inhale. And as we exhale, sending that energy on down through the thighs and the knees and the legs and the arches and the ankles and the insteps and the bottom of the feet and the toes. Feel free to wiggle those toes as we inhale deeply. Through the nose as we give thanks for the power of the breath, because deep breathing expands the lungs. It triggers the receptors in the body, especially the happiness gene. Yes, as we inhale deeply. And exhale. Feel the power of the energy circulating and percolating throughout the body as it continues to come back up through the solar plexus and the shoulders and the arms and the elbows. And the fingers and the wrists, feel free to wiggle them, sending that energy back up through the neck and back to the top of the head as we inhale deeply. Giving thanks for the power of the breath as we send love and light and energy to each and every organ in our body, beginning with the brain that sends signals down through the spine, to the heart, to the liver. Oh yes, we give thanks for the lungs. As we continue to inhale and exhale, sending that divine energy down to all the systems in the body, especially the assimilation, the digestion and elimination system, so that we continue to have good bowel movements. Yes, I'm talking about the systems that keep us functioning, because there's no bowel movement, people. There's something wrong. We can talk about it later. Send me an email. I can get you all the information that you need to get that body flowing, because what's stuck in you stays in you, and that's not a good thing. We got to keep it moving as we inhale deeply. Sending energy, light, and love to all the tissues, the fibers, the ligaments, the tendons, the muscles, all the trillions of cells that make up the beautiful, bountiful, sensational body of light that is known by what you are called light and love and energy. As you continue to inhale deeply and exhale. And repeat the words out loud, two of the most powerful words on the planet. I am. And you may choose to continue to breathe and repeat the words, whatever you choose, but be sure and use the words I am. Inhale deeply. I am happy. Release. Inhale deeply. I am healthy. Yes, I am. Inhale deeply. I am whole and complete. Once more, inhale. I am eternal light, love, and energy. I breathe in the divine as I inhale. And as I exhale, I release and let go as I connect to the source that I may choose to call God, Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah, Source, Electrical Energy, Jehovah Jireh, Baha Faith, whatever you choose to call it. Know that you are connected to a source that is so divine, you cannot see it with the human eye. You can only feel it when you breathe in and when you breathe out. And remember, when you're wearing a mask and you can't breathe in, it's okay to lower the mask so that you can breathe. Do not die, people, because you are breathing through something that is designed to hide your glory, your breath, your light, your love, your energy. Connect to the source through the breath as you breathe in. The breath will always guide you. It will never, ever, ever steer you wrong. As you continue to breathe in, I've just got to share this quick story. A young man on Facebook I'm watching this morning who was paralyzed, and he got up and he said, I am going to walk today through the power of Yah. And he walked a whole block. You see him stumble all the way, but he made it. And if he can do it with the power of the mind, so can you. As we breathe in, last long breath. As we breathe out, I forgive myself for any thoughts that I think that are in error of myself or anyone else. I release, let go, and let God. Whatever I choose to call it. Breathe in. And as I breathe out, I forgive and release any negative thoughts, situations, family members. I let it all go right now because that is not what I am here for. I breathe in. And as I breathe out, I bring my head forward, chin to chest, slowly rotating that head to the left, slowly bringing it around. Slow down, you're moving too fast as you continue to breathe in. And breathe out, you should just be getting to the back and slowly bringing the head around to the right and slowly bringing it back front, chin up. Inhale deeply. And exhale, bringing your head back down, chin to chest. Slowly rotating that head to the right, sitting up straight so you don't get a crook in your back. Slowly bringing that head around to the back. Slowly, slow down. Slowly bringing that head to the left. And slowly bringing that head back around to the right. Head up. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, turn your head to the left as far as you possibly can. Feeling a stretch in the right of the neck. Bringing the head back front and center. Inhale deeply. And exhale, turning the head to the right as far as you possibly can, feeling the stretch in the left of the neck. And slowly bringing that head back around. Inhale deeply, once more. And as you breathe out, forgive yourself for all the things that you thought that were not of love and abundance and appreciation. As we breathe in and as we breathe out. And today I want you to look into a mirror and say, I forgive myself for thinking anything less than love and light, because that's what I am. That's who you are. As you breathe in, you connect with the source, and that is your armor. Thank you, Dr. Maya Angelou. As you put on the armor of God, know that you are divinely guided and protected. So when you are experiencing, you can open your eyes now. When you are experiencing chaos, turmoil, or someone is all in your face trying to stress you out, you simply start the breathing process. And I promise you, if you got a little stank on your breath, little onions, little garlic, little something that don't smell good, then you'll be just fine. So just breathe in and you simply breathe out. And that's really all you have to do. Okay? It is 7:32. Thank you so much for joining me for this breathing experience this morning. You can see more on my YouTube channel, ZeldaSpeaks Mindfulness. And be sure and like and subscribe while you're there. And share this with people that you know, because when they're stressed, they stress you. If you are not stressed, chances are they will feel your calm energy and they will join you in times of peace. And that's what we need in our lives, more peace. Grand Rising, and thank you so much for joining us back here on The Female Solution. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness, Higher Learning with ZeldaSpeaks. We're just here to start your week off with a mindfulness stress relief session. And I hope you enjoyed the stress relief session this morning, because that is something that you can practice without not even really giving it a whole lot of thought. You simply just when you start, your mind goes into crazy mode. Just say, if you need to say it out loud, just say stop and start breathing. Simple. It's real simple. And be sure and share that with somebody, because each one teach one. If I teach you how to be calm, you can teach somebody else, and eventually it'll have the trickle effect, and we'll all become calm. We'll all be less nervous and anxious about this pandemic that's going on. Be sure and check out the Higher Learning Network TV show, which airs Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1 on Channel 19, and 24/7 on the World Wide Web, higherlearningnetwork.org. And while you're there on the internet, be sure and check out diabeticdonut.com. Sounds kind of crazy, doesn't it? Diabetics eating donuts. Well, diabetics do eat donuts. I ate them for 10 years, and that's how I got diabetes. Well, amongst all the other cakes and pies and all the other junk food I was eating. Grew up on junk food. So you may be a diabetic and not know it. So go to diabeticdonut.com, and there's information there for you. If you'd like to join the conversation this morning, we'd love to have you. Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, we will have our guest today, Khalid Scott, a veteran mental health professional, 30-year mental health professional who works at right there on Damon and Alden, the Veterans Hospital. And he will be joining us in the 8 o'clock hour. So we have a half hour to get your comments and suggestions in this weekend, this day. I was talking about this weekend and all the wonderful activities that I participated in. Had no idea I'd be doing a walk. I'm like, baby, I'm in my 60s. I don't know if I want to be walking 56 miles, but I can walk a little bit. So I went to the press conference, and I wound up over in Dearborn, and then I wind up over in Michigan Avenue. I had no idea. Oh, Lord have mercy. There was a lot of folks, and it was hot. I got so hot, I had to go and sit down. Somebody offered me the chance to sit in their seat. I was like, no, baby, I need to sit on the ground. I need some water. I need to get grounded because it's hot out here and it's chaos, and I just need to be by myself. So I found me a tree, and I went and sat down. Somebody gave me a bottle of water, and I was just fine. And I sat there the rest of the time. I had filmed, and I did Facebook Live, so you'll be able to see it on my Facebook page, ZeldaSpeaks. And it was just, the energy was awesome. That's all I can say. The energy was simply awesome. You have got to see it. And I started a watch party. So if you can't see it, just look for my watch party, because it was there. If you'd like to join the conversation this morning, we'd love to have you here. 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. As we go to the phone lines this morning, area code 706-202. What happened to my switchboard? There you go. 706-202. You are live on the Female Solution Grand Rising. What's your name and where are you calling from? Thank you for joining us.
Grand Rising, Zelda. This is Kwame. I'm calling you from Georgia.
Oh,
This new day.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It is an honor and a privilege to have another elder on the line who has such a wealth of information. I get excited every time I listen to Viada's show, especially last night, talking about Marxism and racism and all the other isms in the world. Thank you for coming on and sharing. You gave an acronym last night, and I forgot what it was. I was in the bed too lazy to get up and write it down, but I'm sure I'll hear it at some point today. But today's topic is racism and mental health and how it's affecting us. Can you share with us how this topic is affecting you, Kwame?
Well, I'm understanding the creation of racism and even the part of understanding the ism. The ism is the ill sick mind. And you put that ism on alcoholism, sexism, racism. It's because the sickness that is in the person and the actions that they do towards whatever the noun is. And so in understanding this is that, it was kind of good that we ought to have the show. But, you know, James Baldwin said once, why should I risk my life that you're going to be human, that white people are going to be human today? And that's the truest fact, is that we have to understand, you know, and us risking our lives and thinking that maybe they'll be human today. They haven't been. You know, it's by design because they have that, not all.
Yes.
That do. And the part of it is that we define ourselves with these new labels and saying Black Lives Matter. But you have to look at how would you define that says a color. But the essence of it is that the first humans matter. And we are the first humans. And it matters because these are our aberrant children. And what they have done in their ill-sick minds has created a system of destruction from a spiritual level, because when you talk about mental illness, you're talking about the psyche, and psyche means spirit. You know, Freud formulated this whole thing of being an Egyptologist and studying Kemetic knowledge. And so what we have to understand that this is a system of design to perpetuate fear. And what we had this weekend with Trump being there in Tulsa, and even when we were talking on the other show and talking about Bobby Rush and the 666 bill that he did. But, you know, 6 months before this, he was in Rwanda, him and his wife, at the Bill Gates Foundation, and they funded this. So all of this is by design. And of the two places that they chose to do this is because what you said when you were on this walk and you had to get grounded, you went and found the tree, you sat on the earth and got above the water. Water has memory and consciousness. Earth has resonating frequency, and trees are trees of life. So what you did is you reconnected to the mother. You regrounded yourself. You reconnected yourself back to the earth. And what this system has done is disconnected us from the earth and creating these urban areas and creating these places and spaces where you're not connected to the mother, but you're distorted in frequencies of electromagnetic fields. And that affects the heart and the mind. And so what we're seeing is like what Sister Naima wrote in her book, you know, Psychic Trauma. And it's funny because one of the parts I remember that African Americans must study the positive attitudes and behavior which strengthened families before slavery destroyed African culture. And that's what we're dealing with because, and Sojourner Truth, this is why I say we need an overground railroad, because Sojourner Truth and Harriet Tubman they were advocates for the spiritual reform. Spiritual is the mind, the spirit is connected to the mind is connected to the body. When you disconnect the spirit from the mind, you disconnect and the body begins to deteriorate. They have to be unified because that's how you grew. You were a spirit that entered into the womb of a woman, and then you were given the honor to grow a body in which to use to walk upon this earth with. And so what we're seeing is they're attacking this body. They captivate, they put us in captivity. And then they utilize our energy, you know, and that's why I say when Naima is talking about money, the Bitcoin and that's energy, that's electronic money. But it's my own natural energy yield. It's what you know how to emit, the frequency of your electrical system as a human being. You have a currency that you run on. And the part of being it is that if they can drain your battery, disconnect your mind. It's just like our parents used to say, "Are you out of your mind?"
Yes.
But you have to leave that part of you. You have to disconnect, and they are mastering this out of your mind technology. And so what we are looking at with this, you know, and I was looking at, you know, one of the great minds that was dealing with that was Bobby E. Ray. And Bobby was talking about the psychopathic racial personality. We've been trained to hate ourselves.
Yes.
We have been trained to hate ourselves and anyone that looks like us. And what we're doing now is that, like Bruce Lipton said, you can reprogram your DNA. And this is what we have to begin to know how to do. And like you did, you reprogram that energy that you was in that was chaotic and whatever. You program, the program for you says go get by the tree, drink some water, sit on the earth. Because when you sit on the earth, that's your root chakra connected to the root of that tree.
My root chakra was connected to the root of that tree. Yes.
When you sit on the earth, that's the root chakra. The bark, that part is where the root is. And so when we sit on the earth, we in turn reconnect to the root, and that frequency runs up that spinal cord and re-energizes all of those other six that are connected in your endocrine system. So each one is a brain. Each one of the endocrine systems is a brain. It sends a signal to the main motherboard, which is the brain in there, and it navigates through, friendship, companionship. It moves through the waters of your mind. And those neural nets in which we have are such charge, because I was listening to you during the breathing exercise, and it's very powerful in the breath, because the thing in which you do, the human being breathes 18 breaths in a minute. So if you took 18 breaths in that 1 minute, and it takes 60 minutes to make an hour, 18 times 60 minutes is 1,080. And it takes 24 hours for a day. So that 1,080 times 24 equals 25,920. And that's the same amount of time in a galactic year that it takes this planet to go around the Milky Way galaxy and come back. And that's what it takes the human in breath to travel around his Milky Way within his body.
Wow. Did you hear that? I am just hearing that for the first time. Wow. I never heard the breath broken down like that, Kwame. That is simply fascinating. And I am so glad to know that this breathing exercise is what helped me during that little chaos and confusion that, because as I was on my way to go and sit in the grass, one of my Bidwis family members that I had not seen, was visiting here from Chicago, from California. And she said, go sit over there on the back of one of those little dollies they ride through the park for the Chicago Park District. They have help, looks like a golf cart.